Top of the morning to you. That's a weird thing to say considering this video can be viewed at any time during the day. Let's get into it. Legends, welcome along to Coins Age Media. I am Rodney Stewart and this is a review of an episode from the Hammer House of Horror. This series is absolutely great if you're interested in getting into horror. If it's not really your thing, I'm not a huge horror fan, but I like some stuff. It's graphic horror, not a big fan of that sort of thing, but well told scare stories, something that's written scary, something that really earns those scares. I'm into that. And the Hammer House of Horror as a perfect example of how this is done on a relatively small budget. So if you're interested from a filmmaker's perspective of getting into horror, this is a great place for you to start and learn a few things. This episode is called Charlie Boy, and it's basically the story of a carved African fetish with voodoo powers has a dangerous mind of its own. At the beginning of the film, a guy is on the roof of a mansion repairing an aerial that's come loose in a storm a few nights previous, and he falls to his death. Just a random occurrence to open up the episode, but within the household it seems like a random occurrence. We don't know what happened previous to this, doesn't go into that there, but this statue, this voodoo statue, this fetish is in the house. Maybe it had something to do with it, maybe not, but his nephew and his girlfriend come in when the house is getting, his belongings are getting separated out and family members are coming picking their bits and pieces they want to get hold of, and the nephew's girlfriend takes a liking to this carved statue, and it's a weird looking thing, and it's got like knives and stuff sticking on it, just like a voodoo doll, only in a larger scale. So she likes this, and they jokingly start calling it Charlie Boy. So they take it home, and her boyfriend, the nephew of this guy that died at the start, he is he's similar to myself. He loves film, and he's trying to get a production company started, him and one of his friends, and his brother had promised that he would help them get started if they could get a certain chunk of the funding. Between the two of them, he would chip in as well and get them started, but he changes his mind, and the guy goes home raging, angry, and he sticks a knife into the voodoo doll. I should say, I skipped over a little part of the episode. There's a chance encounter, a road rage encounter early in the episode, and they jokingly say that they're going to set Charlie Boy on this guy, and he ends up getting killed previous to the brother welching on his offer. But that comes back into play later on whenever the pieces start falling into place. After the brother welches in the offer, again he goes home, he's raging, and he pulls out a photograph and he's looking at it, and he remembers back. We get a flashback sequence to when the photograph was taken, which is when the guy was offering the money. He says, like, now hurry up and raise your share of the cash because I can't wait forever. And this is ringing in his mind, and he stabs the photograph with a knife, and then he stabs the knife into the Charlie Boy figure. The following day, the brother is killed in a horse riding accident, and a few days after that, his friend that he's going to start a company with as a director, independent director, ends up getting killed in a freak accident on set in one of his films. And the guy and his girlfriend slowly start to realise that people are getting killed in the order they're in the photograph from left to right. And the only person between the two of them is the housekeeper that looked after the mansion of the uncle, and she also dies by a suicide. So alarm bells start ringing, they need to get rid of this thing, and they go to a collector that was involved early on in the episode whenever the belongings of the house were being separated out, and they ask for help. What are we going to do? And he's like, you need to get the knife, pull it out of the statue, break the knife. So while that's happening, they've been robbed. Charlie Boy goes missing. So it's a rush against time towards the end of the episode to get hold of this figure and try to destroy it. The collector again gets involved. He finds out where the statue is, and the boyfriend goes out in anger, heading towards this house where this guy has the statue. The collector then rings the girlfriend. He's like, I'm really worried here. This guy has got it as a friend of mine, a business partner in some way, shape or form. I'm worried that there's going to be trouble. Could you go make sure everything goes down peacefully? Anyway, the boyfriend manages to get hold of the statue, and there's a confrontation between him and the guy that stole it. He beats him to the ground, runs out of the house, jumps into the car. And during this time, the girlfriend is rushing to meet him, and when the boyfriend is coming back, he passes her, and the police are on the side of the road directing traffic, and there's an ambulance sitting, and as he drives past in the distance, you can see the girlfriend's car getting towed out of the ditch. She veered off the road, got killed in the car crash. So the end of the episode is him trying to destroy the statue, and basically the statue ends up killing him, and it all works out. When I say the statue kills him, all the accidents that happen in this are very much like the sort of thing that would happen in the Final Destination movies. There's a random set of circumstances that just seem like freak occurrences that actually kill the people in the end, but there's actually the power of the statue that's doing it in this. It's a very, very well written episode, very well acted episode. The sound mix isn't great on it, but bearing in mind this series came out way back in, I want to say 1979 or 1980, and around that time. So it's ATV. It's made for television, shorts. So one of the better episodes in this box set. Again, I would highly recommend it if you're into video making, you want to get into doing this sort of stuff, and you've got no cash like myself. Like, I've done a few no budget shorts in the past, and there's a few things I did that were sort of similar to this sort of setup. It's like, using sound and whatnot to try and mix. You don't have the money to actually put something on screen. You find other ways to do it. I did a short called Lurker one time, and I thought it was been really original when I was doing it, because I was using basically camera movement and sound to try and make the effect of a beast chasing this guy through the forest. I thought it was been original until I had it finished, and I was sitting watching it about a month after I'd finally done it, uploaded it. If you want to see that, by the way, it's on Coins Age Media at Vimeo. It's called Lurker. But when I say been original, about a month afterwards, when it was uploaded, sitting watching it one night, and I thought to myself, this is the flipping Evil Dead. It wasn't original in the slightest. But anyway, I digress badly. The Hammer House of Horror, absolutely fantastic little box set. You could buy this for dirt cheap on Amazon, and in all honesty, I think all the episodes are free to view online at the moment, so definitely go and check it out. It's not going to be a waste of your time whatsoever.